I'm not really taking the other side. I think Adrian made the case for using print on demand and self-publishing. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I was asked as a print on demand or POD can't say this word, prodigy, to talk about more of the practical sides of using print on demand. But first I want to dispute the prodigy label. I have sold over the last couple of years almost 3,000 books, and I have made close to $30,000. That's 10 bucks a book. You don't get that from a publisher. But you really get a lot of support that as a print-on-demand independent author, I have to do a whole lot of things myself. So ultimately, you have to decide if you're going to go print-on-demand, self-publish, or if you're going to spend time looking for an author and go through all of what that takes. If you can't do it yourself for print-on-demand, you will have to spend some money up front and for editors and cover designers and do some things that I didn't do early on. So I made a whole lot of mistakes, but I'm still doing okay. But I'm not a prodigy. I'm not probably in Canada in terms of self-published sales. I'm not in the top 100, not in the top 1,000, probably not even in the top 10,000. Certainly in North America, I'm not in the top 100,000. I've been successful in terms of how I define success. But if you look at what other people who are self-publishing doing, there are people who have sold way more books than I have and are making a whole lot more money. What it really comes down to is what's your vision? What do you want to achieve? And you need to know that. Because if you want reviews and if you want to try to make the New York Times bestseller list, you need to go with a traditional publisher. If you've got some book ideas and you want to sell them and you've got some markets, especially niche books, print on demand is a great option. Hard to get your books into bookstores if you go print on demand, but with the online universe, the way it's blooming, you can do some really amazing things. So again, I'm not going to talk print on demand versus traditional publishing. I am going to try to give you some practical advice around self-publishing and print on demand if you choose to go that way. And I was asked to answer 4 questions. First was, should you self-publish? And really, it's up to you. I mean, if you're trying to find a publisher and you're having difficulty and you're finding it frustrating, then consider self-publishing. If you have a book for a niche market, for instance, I write a lot about freelance writing. I conduct freelance writing courses and seminars. I would give workshops, and at the end of the workshops, people would come up to me and say, what a great workshop, do you have a book on that? And I'm thinking, you just spent $100 on the workshop. What do you want a book for? But so I finally, I think in the Bible, Peter, the cock crowed 3 times, and then he realized that he was denying Christ. And when people asked me 3 times, I thought, damn it, I need a book on this so that I can say, yes, here, give me more money. So I produced everything you want to write about freelance writing. Notice as a self-published author, I'm actually promoting my books. This is something you have to learn how to do. So it's available for sale out there. But the fact is, people were asking me, and I talked to a couple of publishers, and one publisher offered me, said he would do a print run of 2,000. He liked the title. But I realized I would make on 2,000 books what I could make selling 200 going print on demand. So I thought, wow, if I can sell 201 books, I'm going to make more money than this guy's offering me. And as I said, I've sold close to 3,000 books. For another book, How to Write a Nonfiction Book in 60 Days, which is my bestseller. Notice I didn't say it is a bestseller, it's my bestseller. There is a difference. Again, a publisher, a very legitimate publisher said, yeah, we really like the title, we like the concept, we're willing to do it, but you need to guarantee us sales of 5,000. Doesn't mean I have to buy it. Through associations and writers groups or whatever, if you can say, here's how we'll sell 5,000 books, then we'll publish the book. And I thought, if I can come up with a plan to sell 5,000 of these, why wouldn't I do it myself if I have to come up with a plan and make way more money than you'd pay me? So I'm not at 5,000 yet, but I suspect in a couple of years I will have sold 5,000 copies of this book. So I really enjoy. The other thing is I really enjoy doing it on myself. If you don't like doing things on your own, and if you don't like spending money on proofreading and cover and stuff, stay away from print on demand. When should you self-publish? Again, I think if you have a nonfiction book and there's a niche market for it, if you have a book of fiction that you see there may be a niche market for, you can consider self-publishing. I'm not here to discourage people from going the traditional publishing route, though, but publishers, they receive hundreds, thousands more books than they publish, tens of thousands more books, So there may come a point where you say, if I want this out there, I have to do it myself. The mechanics of print on demand, I want to talk a little bit about that. And I'm going to name 2 companies, but there are scores of companies out there. Adrian mentioned some that, here I am, the POD prodigy. I didn't even know about some of the companies you named, what they were doing. The 2 companies, though, that I suggest you look at, one is called Lulu. It's in the United States, lulu.com, and you can publish your book for free. So there's no upfront fee. If you publish it for free, you don't get into Amazon, you don't get distribution, but you can publish a print and an ebook copy. And what I like about Lulu is you don't have to invest anything. Now, you still have to do the marketing. You have to get your book out there. So if you have a website, you can put a link to your book on your website. And Lulu literally will publish your book one at a time as people order it. You can link to your book on Lulu so that they can then click on and pay by credit card and buy the book. So no upfront money, unless you need to get somebody to edit the book and design the cover and design the interior. You may have to pay for that if you can't do it yourself, but you don't have to pay Lulu anything. Lulu makes money if you make money, and they're happy to do that. Now, they do offer packages to get you into Amazon and stuff like that, but you can really test the waters with Lulu. So it means you have to have a book idea, you have to have written the book, you have to have a target market, you need a marketing plan in place, and publishers will do some of those things for you. So again, you're doing it on your own. But Lulu is a low-cost way to just test the market. To get your book up there, the interior of this book, I had to I wrote it in Word, and then I had to create a high-resolution PDF. And then the cover, I created this in InDesign and had to create a high-resolution PDF. So there's work you have to do beyond the writing and editing of your book. You need to know how to do these things. But Lulu's a low-cost or no-cost way just to test the waters if you want to. And there are other companies out there, and some have very low entry fees. If you go to Wikipedia and type in print on demand, you'll come up to a page with a list of a whole bunch of companies. You can spend hours looking at them all. And I'm not trying to discourage you from doing that. Different companies offer different packages. If you're really serious, though, and you really want your book out there, and like I do talks and workshops and stuff like that, and I sell my books. I tweet, and I'm on Facebook, and I've got a blog, and all of that drives people to my book page and helps me sell books. So I'm serious about selling books. It's not my full-time job. I do other things, but I want my books to sell. So if you're serious about that, I suggest you use Lightning Source Inc. or LSI. And you can Google Lightning Source Inc. Now, Lightning Source is being used by real live legitimate publishers for print on demand. What you do with Lightning Source, again, you have to write the book, you have to design the interior, you have to design the cover, you upload it to Lightning Source, and when you're using Lightning Source, there's all these contracts you have to sign, and for me, I don't like paperwork, I find it very intimidating, but if you like paperwork, you sign all these contracts and stuff like that, and I don't even read them, I sign them and send them back. It's like, you're gonna publish my book, I'm gonna pay it every quarter, good, where do I sign? But that's me, it may not be you. Once you upload your book to Lightning Source, what I like about it, and it costs you maybe $200, maybe even less, to get the book into Lightning Source. They're a division of Ingram, which is the world's largest book distributor. So once you upload your book to Lightning Source, you promote it on your website, people can't click on it and go to Lightning Source to buy the book. They don't sell. Lulu fulfills, Lulu sells. When your book is uploaded to Lightning Source, takes about a week or so, you're automatically into Amazon.com. Now we're Canadian, so people want to buy in Canadian funds. Well, they used to because, no, wait a minute, now they want to buy in US funds because they're saving money. But you do get into Amazon.ca. Chapters has the option to pick it up. As far as I'm concerned, to hell with Chapters. If they don't want to pick it up, I don't give a bleep, like it's available in Amazon.ca so people can buy it Canadian funds. But again, that's not me. If you want to be in Chapters, you have to work at getting a distribution deal with Chapters. Anyway, you're in Amazon.com, Amazon.ca, the Yukon version of Amazon. You're in Barnes & Noble, all online. And you can also just click on a little thing and you're in the espresso book machine. Anybody hear about that? Okay, bookstores are going to disappear, ladies and gentlemen, except for the really nice coffee books, and Adrian can shake her head. They're going to disappear because What they're going to be replaced with is the espresso book machine. You will walk into a bookstore, you will buy a coffee, you will place your order, there will be covers, but there won't be tens of thousands of books. You place your order, they'll print it, and you'll buy it, and you won't pay any more than you would pay for a normal book if they were stocking it. So we'll come back here 3 to 5 years. I think bookstores are all but gone, at least the way we see them now. Anyway, so with LSI, you get into the espresso book machine. The U of T bookstore, everything you want to know about freelance writing book is being used in 3 university courses, and the U of T bookstore prints it on demand through the espresso book machine. They also bring in some copies as well at the beginning of the semester, but somebody can go in there at any time and print it. And again, with LSI and with Lulu, once you upload your book, you can say, hey, I want this made as an ebook as well, available as a PDF file. So it's not EPUB or Kindle, but people who don't want to pay for print books can download your ebooks. So the legit online book print-on-demand companies will let you make a print book available and a PDF book available. Lulu will now help you make an EPUB book available for the EPUB readers. And I just recently discovered Kindle. And again, I'm way behind on the curve here, but I'm doing okay. About 3 weeks ago, I uploaded my first book to Kindle. And honest to God, it took me like 3 or 4 days to figure out how to make the book. And those of you who are on some PWAC email lists, you heard me sort of crying and, oh, this is so difficult, I can't do it, I can't do it. And then you saw the email, I did it. My book is available through Kindle. And then the next day, it's like, oh my God, I sold a book. Yeah. And I did no promotion on it. I now have 4 books through Kindle. It's easy as pie to do it, except the first time when it's really difficult to do. But once you know how to do it, and I now have How to Write a Nonfiction Book in 60 Days up in Kindle, everything you want to know about freelance writing, harness the business writing process, and rediscover the joy of creative writing. My copywriting book is going up on Kindle very soon once I get it up through LSI. This morning, before I came here, I uploaded the interior to LSI. They're going to create the cover template, and then I have to create the cover, and that will be available in maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and then it'll be available through Kindle as well. So you can do these things. You have to be independent-minded. You have to be determined. You have to talk to people. You have to figure out a whole lot of stuff. It's easier to have a publisher doing it for you. There's no denying it. It's really hard to get a publisher to pick up your book. You make less with the publisher. They do a lot for you. A lot of people work in partnership with their publisher and that. I don't care if you go print on demand or with a publisher. These days, the book seller, the book author is expected to have a marketing plan in place. You're expected to blog, you're expected to tweet, you're expected to do a whole lot of things, and I think that's fine. You know, you can work in partnership with people as well. So big learning curve if you choose to go print on demand. I am a small fish in the really big print on demand sea, and that sea is becoming an ocean. It's going to be interesting to see the effect it has on publishers. I like what Adrian said, publishers are kind of getting on board now with it, and publishers are producing Kindle books and e-versions of the books. So I think that will be the salvation for publishers. I don't know where it all leaves the book retailers. The next 4 or 5 years are going to be really fascinating. So if you want to publish a book, you can do it on your own. You don't need a publisher. But if you're not good at doing all these things on your own, or you don't want to invest the time and money, then you have to invest time and try to find a publisher. And for those of you who have questions, I think we're going to have a Q&A session after this. I'll be happy to answer your questions. Thank you very much.